The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Adams Oshiomhole, is calling on all senators on the platform of the All Progressives Congress to explore legal means of impeaching the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki. He was addressing the news conference earlier today in Abuja. Mr. Oshiomhole highlights some of the anti-party activities of the Senate President in the National Assembly. He also alleged that the Senate President intentionally delayed the passage of the budget in order to frustrate the Buhari-led administration's efforts to develop critical infrastructure in the country. Let's hear from that other side, where the Senate President, Dr. Saraki, and his deputy, Ike Kuremadu, have raised the alarm that the federal government is plotting to implicate them and their colleagues in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, for the last Tuesday invasion of the premises of the National Assembly by men of the Department of State Security Services. So there are a lot of activities, intensity towards the 2019 general elections, and we're monitoring all of this for you. And so with all of these that is on the ground, the APC does not want Saraki to continue as the Senate President. They insist that they are in the majority and they want one of their men to be at the helm of affairs and the National Assembly. Let's get talking tonight on the program. On the panel tonight from our Abuja studios is a member of the PDP, Dr. Kach Ononuju, is also an economic development analyst, and also with him is an APC member, also a former banker, Ayo Oyalawo. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on the program tonight. Let's begin with you, Mr. Kach Ononuju. The APC does not want Saraki to continue as the Senate President. Is it morally right for them to think so? Is he also morally right for the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, knowing that, well, they perhaps are not in the majority to leave that seat?
Thank you for having me. It's morally in order for people to wish and to hope, to dream, and to also to pray for positive actions that will favor their own and give them advantage. So I think Mr. Adams Oshiomhole is very correct to dream that his party should lead the National Assembly. But of course, we have precedents to this. Run up to the last election in 2014, we had the APC strike a deal for an effective crossover of Mr. Tambuwal, who was then the Speaker of the Federal House of Reps. Tambuwal was still the Speaker, but he was effectively a member of the Federal House of Reps and the leader and the Speaker of the Federal House of Reps. And at that time, he did exactly the similar things now. He did take over, and then he did close the House of Reps. And when he did that, President Buhari was on record to have commended him for having the courage to do what he has done, despite being a member of the PDP who has now crossed over. So we simply will say there must be something they know that they arranged with Speaker Tambuwal at that time that seems to frighten them now that the balls have changed from being in their own part to the part of the PDP. For me, there is nothing wrong with them wishing that Senator Bukola Saraki leaves the headship of the National Assembly. But of course, if you want to do it in line with the law, you will remove him according to the law. And the law have the rules in the Senate. So,
Dr. Ononuju, if I may come in, my question is, because we will show our viewers what the law says on how, the proceeding in the National Assembly, what the law says on how to remove or impeach a presiding officer, such as the Senate President. But the issue is about issues of provision and of the National Assembly. Is it morally right for a minority member of the National Assembly to continue as a presiding officer?
It is not whether morally right or wrong. It is what the law says. It says the senators shall on their own vote whoever should lead them. So if at the time when Tambuwal was leading the Federal House of Reps, and the PDP also were in the majority, and nobody brought the heavens to fall, I don't see anything. If Mr. Oshiomhole is right and he's serious, all he needs to do is go and lobby the senators, convince them and build some kind of cohesion in this understanding.
Let me bring in Ayo Yalo here. Ayo, with what we are hearing, it's part of the convention of the National Assembly that usually you have the majority lead the National Assembly, but it is not legal. It is not legally binding because the law does not specify really that either majority or minority member should lead the National Assembly. But for your party, why are you not seeking the legal means, the legal path, instead of mouthing it?
Well, thank you, Sean, for having me. I don't know what you mean by mouthing it, but I think the national chairman of the party has a right to speak on behalf of the party, especially if that is how the party feels. But be that as it may, we know that there has been a lot of storm in a teacup. The APC has not done anything out of the law as we speak. The APC have not removed the Senate President illegally or otherwise. What we have seen has been shenanigans, a lot of jumping around. For instance, somebody said the APC wanted to remove him earlier this week, but eventually when the issues were discovered, not one single APC senator was around the National Assembly. So all this junketing around is just to whip up sentiment, just the same way he did when he knew that he would be indicted by some of his boys who were arrested by the police on the offer killing. It's always a way of crying wolf where there is no wolf, so that when it comes, it will not be, oh, yeah, I have said it before. It's just a way of whipping up sentiment. I am sure if the Senate President will be removed, he will be removed according to the law. I don't think, and I know clearly, that the APC will not do anything that is against the law. You remember what happened in Benue State? They raised the storm, made all the noise, but clearly the party had no hand in it, and that is why we are where we are. You remember just this week, there was a lot of noise that Akwa Ibom House of account was free. I mean, government account was freeze. Eventually, it turned out to be a lie. The same thing with Benue Assembly. I mean, Benue account was being said to have been frozen, but it came out clearly that people were just being invited for issues. Nobody froze any account anywhere. So it is a way of whipping up sentiment just because you know where the ball is going to fall at. So I don't think the APC has done anything wrong by saying clearly, this is what the party wants. We are in the majority. We want to have the principal officer. It is right. This is morally correct. Now, the issue that we should be looking at is how will it be done? I am very sure that when it is going to be done, it will be done according to the dictates of the law and nothing more and nothing else. We remember.
Sorry, I'd like to pause you for a moment because we need to take this break. But we'll look at not only the moral issue, the political issue, and the legal angle. I will show you what the law says. After this break, everyone, keep the tweet coming because we'll show it to the whole world to see some of your comments on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.